Hello, everyone. We are kicking off our very first inaugural podcast of Not Just a Painter, where we like to talk about things that painters deal with, color and work, and then also things like family and faith and so forth and so on. So today we're going to talk about the 2022 and 2023 colors of the year. I've got my cohort Emily King with me today. Emily, we're just now kind of starting to look at these colors of the year. What do you think about, let's talk about last year, 2022. We painted those on the wall downstairs. What do you think about last year's? I mean,
They're all pretty similar.
That's the thing, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're just similar.
Mm-hmm.
And I think out of all three of them, there wasn't a whole lot of creativity.
Mm-hmm.
They're all with a green undertone. What was your favorite?
I think it was the PPG one.
So for those of you that don't know Emily is our in-house color consult and coordinator for us here at Heritage Custom Painting. She has been a full technician and also has a degree from IPFW, Indiana, Purdue, Fort Wayne, and in interior design. It's changed. What is it now?
Purdue, Fort Wayne.
Okay, Purdue, Fort Wayne. So she comes to the table with quite a bit of, just design and color angles and being able to see those colors and understand the concepts and where they fit. So my favorite color from last year was the Sherwin-Williams color Evergreen Fog. I think it probably has the most versatility to it and can be used in a home kind of as a general, doesn't necessarily have to be an accent color. So let's look into this year's. They just rolled them out a couple weeks ago. Let's start with the Benjamin Moore, the Gods of Paint color. I like to call them the Gods of Paint color because they have so many
They do.
colors, almost exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at their colors, what do you think?
They're just a lot more vibrant to me when I've seen the swatches. Not necessarily saying that Sherwin-Williams and PPG are just dull and just boring, but I feel like some of the Benjamin Moore color swatches are they're just very vibrant and not the other products really kind of show.
Yeah. One of the things I was just talking to a Ben Moore rep yesterday about the interesting thing about them is you cannot match their products. At least that's what they market, that you can't match their products. And so the interesting thing about that is they do have, like you said, vibrant, but the other side that I like the most is their muted colors.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think I like that because I really like more of a matte finish.
Mm-hmm.
Like when people start talking about color, and we're diving away a little bit from the color of the year, but when people start talking about color, not only are they trying to select the actual color, but they also need to really think about the sheen. Mm-hmm. And so many people don't think about the sheen. They're just thinking about trying to protect their walls, which is a great thing. But the beauty not only is in the color, but in also the sheen, right? Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, Raspberry Blush was their color of the year from Ben Moore and has definitely a red undertone to it. So the other one coming from Sherwin-Williams, they just announced, is the Red End Point. And I think we're going to get these up on the screen here for you to be able to look at. Those of you that are watching with the video. The Red End Point also has a red undertone to it from Sherwin-Williams. That's a SW9081. I've got it here on my phone. We were talking about just before kicking off here, and what were you saying about it? You kind of thought
like for like a man cave. I don't know. It just seems like a color that would just be more in like a private space.
Mm-hmm. I immediately think of, as I said earlier, a powder bath, maybe, because I don't see it being a main thread that goes through the house. Maybe an accent wall, maybe. But if you had it even in that powder bath, I think you would want it to be lighter, in some ways lighter. So I could see you coming back with a floral accent with a white base undertone of like a wallpaper that has a white base with maybe some floral that fits with it. Mm. Wallpaper actually in accent walls has been coming back for probably the last couple years. So I've been seeing that at different home shows and homoramas and stuff like that. So in those powder baths, now not full walls, not full rooms like we used to see back in the late 80s and 90s, but just accents, right? So, but Red End Point, not a bad color, but I kind of coined that it's red end is a dead end.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just kind of not awesome, but kind of maybe, and I'd have to see it on the swatch, but with a matte finish is kind of more muted.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about with the Ben Moore products.
Mm-hmm.
So the last one that we're going to announce here, and there's every major manufacturer comes out with their color of the year, because why not brag about it, right? But we here at Heritage Custom Painting, we like to use the Sherwin-Williams products, the PPG products, and then also the Ben Moore products. That's what's most readily available to us in this in our market, but in Indianapolis area. But PPG, they tell me about like what happened there.
Yeah, they went complete opposite. If I remember correctly, it's like a blue-green.
Yeah, Vining Ivy is the name of it. I don't have the numbers right here, but Vining Ivy, you can see it here on the screen. It's just a blue-green, like I don't know what how Pantone, I need to dive into a little bit on how these people select that color, but I think Pantone has a kind of a big driver in it all, but somehow they chose to go back to stay in the green family from last year. Their last